Hello fellow warriors, I am Zardar and welcome to another online battle from Warhammer 2. So this one is featuring Hadres playing as the Greenskins and he's up against the mighty Vampire Coast. So Hadres, I can definitely share that he's a really good player. I've played against him in a tournament, Sotex 1. In the finals it was my first win in the tournament, and it was actually against Hadres, and it was a super close one. Yeah. Anyway, so let's see what Hadres got over here. So he went really wide with some Vanguard deployment deployed units, 2 Forest Goblin Spider Riders from what I can see. We also got a Night Goblin summon over here with just a Vindictive Glare. He's got the stock, so he's probably gonna move into a nice position and just you know, just spend most of the game hidden, just shooting down projectiles on Noctilus. He also got Azak the Slaughterer over here, so no Wurzak in this match, and he's got the Wag, obviously, the Forsaker and the Spirit Glitch, along with Get On With It, alongside the Life Legion. So for the main force of his, he's got a massive front line of a mix of Savage Orcs, Orc Boys, some Black Orcs, which I definitely approve. Black Orcs are just the backbone of every Greenskin army. No matter how else you try to spin it, it's just, yeah, it's just the way it is. You don't have Black Orcs, it's not gonna go well for you. Anyway, we get the 8 Piclonis over here, as I said, the mix, so we have more Savage Orcs and some more Orc Boys. And for his missile play, he's got lots of stuff actually. He's got the Rusty Arrows, from what I can see over here, with 1 unit of Night Goblin Archers. But guarding them, instead of just going with, you know, spiders or anything else like Nasty Skulkers, he actually has Savage Orc Arrow Boys to protect them. And the great thing about these guys is that even if Scurvy Dogs try to harass them or deck droppers or anything like it, they will just beat the crap out of them, and they can stand their ground pretty damn well. They get really good armor piercing missiles for Greenskins, Greenskin standards. Okay, I know the armor piercing is abysmal, but for the Greenskin army it's actually pretty damn good. And that is it from the Greenskin roster for Hadres. So let's check on the Vampire Coast, which I kinda like that they were nerfed, not because they were nerfed, but because you actually see some different stuff lately. Obviously we get Noctilus again over here, but yeah, overall we see some different builds instead of the standard ones. So we get Noctiboy over here with, of course, the Captain Roth's Moondial, the Wraith Storm, Arcane Conduit, Invocation on the Heck, and Drowned Dead for some summons. We also got 2 units of Mongols, one of which is actually the Night Terror, which from now on, from actually the latest patch, is the Night Terrors are the only ones that actually cause terror. The standard Mongols just cause fear. We also got the Lamprey's Revenge, one of the best units in the game, and the reason is because they regenerate, they have really high armor, they perform decent on melee, armor piercing. If you just stack them on top of just cheap zombies, they will perform really good. Alright, and the rest of the stuff is just a front line of just zombie deckhands mob with some polearms on the flanks, 2 and 3 back here. We also get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of zombie gunnery mob, and that is pretty much it. Like, I don't see anything else. So let's begin the battle and let's see. So Hadres is just gonna advance. This is actually a really big map, so he's gonna suffer a little bit of early damage coming onto him. We can see that the Forest Goblin Spider Riders are getting shot real hard over here. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, and yeah, the 8 Piclonis, I think they're just thirsty for blood right now, because they're taking massive fire from all over the place. Both from Noctilus and the gunnery mob, and they're actually getting shot at the flank at the moment. There's also the Night Terrors nearby, so I don't know how that's gonna go. The Fanatics are actually going off straight for that gunnery mob. Are they gonna hit them? Oh, and they actually will. And still the army hasn't arrived. Azak is gonna actually try to get on the flank. He's probably gonna get shot for a little bit until Hadres just notice this and just take them off from there. The front line has almost reached the Savage Orcs, just as usual being the fastest units relatively compared to Night Goblins and the heavily armored Orcs. so they will be the first ones to get in there. The 8-pick loon is still holding, but oh, and here comes the Wag actually. So Hadres really wants to get really fast on that front line, so he's gonna, you know, kind of you know, sacrifice a little bit of reaching the front line for actually just giving that speed and that charge bonus in order to get there first. So yeah, massive war going on, the front lines are crossing left and right. Some Savage Orcs have been destroyed in the middle by the fire from Noctilus and the gunnery mob. So his backline is actually quite open right now, Hadres. But he's got Savage Orc Boys, which I'm pretty sure they will be able to just deal with the gunnery mob, deckhands mob, relatively easy. The Savage Orc Boys over here are opening fire on the Lampreys Revenge. Obviously they're one of the few units that can do some work on them, and together with the Black Orcs fighting in the front line, I'm pretty sure they're gonna do alright. The Spiders have finally reached their destination, and one is shutting down the gunnery mob over here with, oh, it's actually handguns. Sorry, I didn't notice it was handguns, I thought it was just a standard one. But the Night Terrors are nearby, and I don't think they're gonna like what they're gonna be fighting right now. The Night Terrors are just freakishly good, like 52 melee attack without the anti-infantry bonus. That's pretty damn crazy. The far left flank for the Vampire Coast is actually open right now, but he's got the gunnery mob with handguns over here. He also got some Mongols, some polearms to saturate on, and the Night Goblin Shaman just he's not gonna be able to help with just the Vindictive Glare. Azak has suffered lots of damage. He had to fall back and just get into the air. And I don't know, has he used any Spirit Leech yet? I'm pretty sure he might have on Count Noctilus or actually the Mongols. Spirit Leech is gonna work really good on them too. The Lamprey's Revenge actually has suffered a lot of damage over here by the Black Orcs and also the Whittling Fire from the Savage Orc Boys and the Rusty Arrows. And now we get some rallying units of Orc Boys, which are gonna go straight for the gunnery mob back here. So holes that had been opened earlier are actually now closing. So the Greenskins are doing relatively well, and since these Black Orcs continue to keep chasing the Lamprey's Revenge, I'm pretty sure that an Invocation Heck is gonna go down on these guys, and it's gonna start healing them up like crazy together with their own regeneration. And the right flank of the Greenskins has actually been completely routed off. The front line though is going relatively well. The bounce of power is slowly ticking into the Greenskin favor, but as I can see over here, like both of the flanks have been totally destroyed for the Greenskins. Just 28 pick loon is remaining here with some Orc Boys. Thankfully the Night Terrors actually decide to go somewhere else, so I'm pretty sure these two boys will be able to finish off the polearms over here. How is the missile line going? Ooh, the Mongols are gonna get into the back and they're gonna be fighting Savage Orc Boys, which actually will be able to just do some damage back. They will be able to hold their ground. All they need is just some kind of support. These Night Goblin Archers need to just turn around and shoot these guys in order for the Savage Orc Boys to do some work. Count Noctilus is taking lots of damage, like Hadres is really committing all of his missiles to just take down Noctilus. He's ignoring all of the rest. As you can see over here, he's not worrying about collapsing into the front line. He just keeps giving orders to go for him, and now Azak is gonna follow up as well. The Night Terrors have finally arrived, but as I said, since he left those polearms alone, these goblins and orc boys will be able to get back into the main fight. Over on this side we have a handgun unit that's actually still full health and able to shoot, so Azak will need to get the hell off from here. But hopefully these Savage Orcs will wake up at some point and they will just start coming here just to harass them. They don't need to beat them down, they just need to keep them occupied as long as Hadres keeps doing stuff over here. And a really grave mistake from Hadres over here. He over-collapsed with plenty of stuff and the Night Terrors were able to just terror out the whole army. Another Wag is going down, but it's actually mostly helping the retreating units run away rather than backing up the front line into performing better, supporting the front line. Azak is helping out against the Night Terrors over here with the Black Orcs. I'm pretty sure with the poison these guys will not be able to overcome both the Black Orcs and Azak. And over on this side we have a polearms fighting the rusty arrows, which really need to fall back. Just leave these savage orc boys here and just get all of the range, just target down the Mongols down hard, and from there on the polearms should just melt on their own. Over on this side the spiders together with some savage orcs will just try to shut down the zombie, damn it, excuse me, the handguns. And Noctilus has he dropped to around 1000 HP, but just one invocation in the heck was able to just bring him back to 2k HP. But now the green tide is just almost able to roam freely, and these spiders are gonna get on him, poison him. They're gonna provide the mass for him not to be able to escape fairly easily. And now the black orcs, as soon as I get there, it doesn't matter if it's a large target, they will just beat him down really hard. The handguns over here are kind of struggling, spiders just keep coming in, the savage orcs have been completely shattered. Isaac is staying back because he's actually just taking lots of damage from Noctiboy and the handguns over here. Hadres needs to just shut these guys down and then move Isaac, and a vindictive killer is gonna go on Noctiboy, bringing him down to 600 HP. Isaac is gonna be following up. He's not gonna go for Noctilus though. He knows that he's gonna be in trouble if these handguns get a couple good shots off, so he's gonna target those ones down so they won't be able to shoot. And from there on Noctilus just melts at the overwhelming strength of the black orcs, and that is gonna be GG. Everything is just gonna melt, like without Noctiboy there's nothing that can keep this army together. So GG to Hadres. I really liked his army, and as I said, you always need, okay, perhaps sometimes you don't, but I would suggest at least for I don't know, 80% of the matches to be black orcs. Like, these guys are just one of the most cost effective units in the game. They perform really great if you have the right magic. For example, Huzak, you can just buff them up like crazy and they will just kill everything, even if it's Swordmasters of Hoeth or something like that. They're really worth it. Savage orcs over here, as you can see, they did fairly, actually awesomely well, except this guy. He was in the middle, he got shut down by Noctiboy. Orc boys did also freaking great, 123 kills, 63, 52 for a 300 units cost. They actually did freakishly amazing. Night Goblins over here did quite well, the Rusty Arrows as well, sundering that armor, just bringing it down by 30. And the Savage Orc boys, just look at the kill count of these guys, and they had some trouble. Like Cocaine Rat over here managed to get into the backline multiple times, and the spiders, just, you don't rely on them for killing, you just rely on them to just keep the enemy occupied. So a nice, well, all-around build from Hadres over here. I usually go something of the same. I prefer to go with more Vanguard. I usually go with like 4 Night Goblins into Vanguard. It depends on the maps though, on the map. If it's like a huge map, you might not wanna try that, because it's just not gonna end well. It's gonna take a lot of time for your Night Goblins to arrive, and yeah, you're gonna have your forces separated. So yeah, I liked Hadres' approach. For Rat over here, I definitely liked his army. It was like the old builds in a sense, but yeah, he had something different. He had Mongols, he had the Night Arrows, he had the Lampreys Revenge, and yeah, and it was actually 2 handguns and 4 zombie pirate gunnery mob. Okay, I got this one completely wrong in the beginning. Anyway, that was it guys, so I really hope you enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like or a comment, feel free to subscribe if you're not, and hit that notification button. And yeah, see you next time, bye bye.